Happy Independence Day, Brandon.
It's not July.
Is what I would say if we were in Brazil. Because today, at time of release, is Brazilian Independence Day.
Well, happy Feliz?
No, it's independent. Oh, shoot. Brandon, hold on.
Were you not ready for that?
No, hold on. I think I have it here. I was not ready. Hold on. Okay. Dia de Independencia, commonly known as 7 de Setembro, 7th of September, is a national holiday observed in Brazil on the 7th of September every year. Oh, anyway, before we get ahead of ourselves, it's always Brazilian Independence Day here on the Gin and Thomas podcast, and I am your host, Thomas, and with me today is a very special guest, Brandon Churchill. Brandon, how you doing?
Great. Bueno.
I'm really sorry about
I don't speak
that.
Portuguese. I only speak Spanish.
I'm really sorry about that clunky intro. I don't know.
You're not primed.
No, I wasn't primed. I didn't have a heater today.
Right.
And I was not expecting Brandon to ask me how to say the Independence Day thing.
Because I knew you had it.
I knew I had it, but I was getting into that later.
It's fine.
So it's the show where we share a drink with friends, everybody. And today our drink is, I forgot that one already too. Hold on.
Kachaka.
Caipirinha.
Okay.
Caipirinha.
Got it.
And so that is made with... I'm sorry if today's recording is a little crunchy. I can't quite find where it is in my microphone.
I found where it was on mine.
Okay. So today's alcohol, Brandon, would you like to say it?
Kachaka.
Kachaka. A lot of people have gone around calling this kind of stuff a Brazilian rum, which is an irresponsible way to describe it because rum is made with molasses, and this is actually made just from the sugar cane. So, and we're going to get into all of that, but we got to start it off with our review here.
So we smelled this, and it doesn't smell anything like rum.
No, and it's...
If anything, it smells more like tequila.
And so right now we're sampling the Kachaka.
Smells like a pickly tequila. God, that is
I feel like I'm getting like a banana tequila.
Yeah. So I got hint of banana and hint of like dill maybe or vinegar.
Better than our I would describe Baiju as like gasoline and bananas or gasoline and mangoes.
Well, let's just get into it.
Okay. Not as different than it smells.
I think it tastes better than it smells, but
there's almost like some kind of I don't know if I want to say crispy taste to it. There's some kind, what's that lingering aftertaste?
Is it like celery?
Well, the notes for this is for this kind of Kachaka in general is that it is a bit more grassy.
Yep.
So it tastes green.
Indeed.
And so
I don't like it by itself.
So let's see how this goes with the rest of the drink combined. And so this drink is 2 ounces of Kachaka, one lime wedged and muddled with like 2 teaspoons of sugar. So
that's a lot of sugar.
I know we might have to get our stirrers back out for this too. Better.
Yeah, it's better. I don't know if it's something I like though.
If I was in South America and I was just sweating bullets, this might be really refreshing. You get that sugar and citrus to replenish you.
Well, we'll have a couple more sips of this, and then I got something that might
I gotta
liven it up, if you know what I mean.
I'm just going to try to stir it around.
You can go grab that stirrer if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Brandon, actually, so I don't stick my finger in it. And so I think that this is going to be... Yeah, I think that this is going to be something that we... Let's talk through it and sip it a little more before we give it the review.
Right.
Because I think this is going to be something that grows on us.
Well, to be fair, while you're stirring that, the Born on the Baiju took a couple sips, if not an entire drink, before we were on board with it.
Well, as and something we haven't said in a while, I think Tinez would be really insightful of this. I think Tinez would agree that this almost tastes healthy. Besides the sugar,
yeah, this definitely tastes healthy. But
so,
is it? I'm gonna put my money on no. It doesn't. It is not healthy because of that sugar.
I feel like I might really be into this if I was in South America. But let me.
It's gotta be like really hot and sticky out.
Yeah, I don't want to give this a rating just yet. I kind of want to run through its constituent parts real quick. So, the brand of cachaca we're using today is Novo Fogo, and they have this cool little shaped bottle, almost like pear shaped.
I would say
Not
almost more
pear-shaped.
hourglass shape.
Yeah, a little bit of an hourglass. Has this cool tree on the front.
And check out the cloth around the neck of the
A
bottle.
Nice touch.
Good for like catching the drips when you're pouring.
Yeah, ours has a little bit on here.
Very innovative, as the Brits call it. Innovative.
And so on the back here, this is actually one of the reasons I went with this bottle. On the back here it says, our carbon-negative distillery produces cachaca from sugarcane in Brazil and is certified 100% organic. We plant native and endangered tree species in an effort to save them from extinction and to restore the Atlantic rainforest. Fermentation, 18 hours with wild yeast. Distillation, a copper pot still. Aging, rested 1 year in steel tanks. Nose, banana blossoms. Palate, sweet red peppers and citrus. Finish, clean cane and sea salt, which I think I'm getting the sea salt coming through.
Okay.
And then suggested cocktail, the Caprina.
This one?
This one.
Okay.
So zero waste, handcrafted, recycled. And then here at the bottom it says, we contribute $3 per case to the Unendangered Forest Project to save rare trees in Brazil. So if you're interested in trying this kind of cocktail, maybe go with this bottle to save the trees, but you can also donate your money. Learn more at novofogo.com/trees.
All right. What am
I going here?
think?
I think... I think I'm going to go 5.5 on this one. 5.5 blue agaves. It's a nice, like, cool day out raining. If it was hot out, this could be like a 6.5. Because this is a good drink for if it's really hot and sticky, I think.
I really don't like it.
Oh, no.
But I also, fun fact, really don't like bananas. I can get away with some banana flavoring, but this is horrible.
Oh, no. I can drink yours if you need me to.
No, I will drink it, but I don't like it.
They're not all winners. I think this is
all winners. You got to have some losers to have some winners.
All right, so I don't think I'd order this at a bar. This is, I guess if I was in South America, I would order it because like they can probably make it better than we can. But I don't know. Like I think the place to drink this is like outside on a hot, sticky day.
100%. That might bring it up for me a touch.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 1 ice cube.
All right. Well, and that could mean anything, but he said he didn't like it, so convert it from there.
I think you can guess the conversion there. But,
so let's go into a little bit of the history of this drink.
Gonna get a third opinion.
Oh
here.
yeah, we got to get a Danielle's review, and she is sick right now, so we'll see if that.
I love it.
Really?
She likes healthy stuff.
It's healthy, without the sugar.
It's refreshing, and it has a little bit of a banana taste to it, but I think that makes it really good.
Yeah, I think Brandon's being a little dramatic with the bananas. I'm just kidding.
It's not for me.
That's totally fine.
It's not for me.
Well, so Danielle, on like 1 to 10, what would you say?
I'd give it an 8.
Dang.
I really, really like it. Like, I could drink that every day of my life.
She really likes the healthy touch,
I think-
light things in the summer.
Here's the thing. I feel like I said this last week, but I feel like I've been doing this with cocktails lately. But for this, I feel like a pinch of salt could maybe work a little bit.
That's what I was gonna go get us.
Yeah, that would be really good. And then I wonder if we don't have any of this stuff on hand. I don't know if celery bitters would be the move here, but I feel like you could throw maybe something else in. I don't quite know what.
I just got an amazing idea for a gift for you. Don't get your hopes up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I already own celery bitters.
No.
Brandon.
I'm going to be scouring Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, me and Brandon have actually had... We're going to get back to the drink in just a second. But me and Brandon have had this... we hung out the other day for like 9 hours. And a good 2 hours of that was us just looking up like scooters and mopeds on Facebook Marketplace.
Hell yeah.
So if you see us rolling up to Soulard, to McGurk's on some stretch scooters...
Lowered and stretched, baby.
Oh, man.
and you know we'll have some.
What's that one
LEDs
that I was
on.
looking at? That Honda? What's it called? Ruckus.
Ruckus. Yes.
I want the forest green, and then paint some like burnt
accents,
orange.
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
Did we say what the percentage alcohol is on this?
we did not.
40%.
Yeah, 40%. And here's the thing: I don't want to say that this alcohol is bad. It's just new. It's like it's
Rested in
something I've
stainless
never
steel.
had before. It's very grassy, and it doesn't have any of that like sugar taste of rum. Like it's definitely from the sugar cane.
Well,
not,
and that must be why they wanted us to add sugar to our drink.
Yeah.
even.
And then it's batch number L2238 LC. But anyway, so like I had said, Caipirinha, this is, I didn't even say, but anyway, this is like the national drink of Brazil, right? So this is, our
Get a
recipe.
new one.
Our recipe is from liquor.com, and so is this quick little description of the cocktail. Chances are high you've encountered Brazil's national drink, the Caipirinha, if you've traveled to the South American country. Refreshing and easy to make, the cocktail contains fresh lime juice, sugar, and cachaça. The latter is a spirit as central to Brazilian identity as samba, soccer, and carnaval. So much so that cachaça is also the country's national spirit, inextricably tying this drink to its home. First made in the 1500s, cachaça is similar to rum, sure, but it also has a flavor all of its own. Most rums are distilled from molasses, a byproduct of sugarcane processing, while cachaça is distilled from the fermented juice of sugarcane. This important difference yields a spirit that is characterized by its funky, grassy flavors, which I totally agree, it's funky and grassy. And those singular flavors set the Caipirinha, how do I say it?
Caipirinha.
Caipirinha. I'm sorry, this is like just I didn't learn Portuguese in school, everybody. It sets Caipirinha apart from other sweet and sour cocktails like the daiquiri. It's unclear exactly when the Caipirinha first appeared, but many historians believe it was served in the early 20th century as a remedy for illness. Hey, it's healthy. Others say it was invented in the 19th century by Brazilian farmers as a way to showcase local sugarcane. Regardless of how or when it was born, drinkers have gravitated towards its sharp, pleasing flavors and heady effects ever since. The Caipirinha is easy to make and can be constructed right in the glass, but its build instructions are exacting. Lime juice and simple syrup won't get the job done. Instead, the drink requires lime wedges and finely granulated sugar. Muddling the limes with it, the abrasive edges of granulated sugar helps release not only its fruit juice, but the rich aromatic oils from the lime's peel, which I do think there is a bit of the bitterness from the lime peel coming through, and I don't think it's a bad thing. The Caipirinha is not a cocktail that requires improvement, but that's never kept bartenders from experimenting and tweaking the original recipe. The most common variation of is the Capriosca, which is made with vodka in place of cachaça. That could be interesting. There are some very good vodkas out there. Other variations called for muddling of fruits like raspberry or pineapple with lime. Whichever route you choose, the Caipirinha is refreshing and flavorful. Plus, it has a unique ability to bring you straight to the tropics no matter where you happen to be drinking one. And right here at the bottom of this thing, related recipe, honey kumquat Caipirinha. I think that would be really good because kumquat is also kind of citrus, and I think some honey would do really well.
So that's how far down I am, right? No.
Oh. Yeah.
I got a lot more lime in that. So I think for the second ones, I might choose a different approach to just muddling all this in the glass. I might go about it a different way to make sure that we mix this up properly.
I'm looking forward to tasting that because this is good, but we're not professionals of the South American cocktail game. And again, I don't want to say that it's bad. I think this just isn't to our tastes. Because Danielle loves it, but I feel like there's a lot of really interesting places we could go with this, and this is something I would actually love to come back to eventually with like maybe some different fruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With this,
because there are some like barrel aged cachaças, and that might be interesting. That have like a gold color.
Some say to use brown sugar.
Yeah.
But I got a lot more lime juice in that one, and it definitely toned down that banana.
Well, see, I feel like mine's getting better as I go down, so maybe we just didn't mix it right.
Well, these are rather small glasses for the amount of things going on here, so I'm going to fix that.
Okay.
And we'll get a good mix, a proper stir, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So that second one will be our total test. As of now, getting down to where I'm at now, 2 ice cubes.
Yeah, we put a ton of ice in here.
No. My
Oh,
rating.
you
my
have 2
rating
ice
is
cubes
2
now.
ice cubes.
Yeah, well, so similar to what you're saying, like mine's gotten better as it's gone down because like the sweetness and the lime is definitely more at the bottom, and it's also been sitting in the limes.
Yeah, and then you got the ice melting.
Yeah. So I think, and I had said before, if it was like a hot and sticky, this could be like a 6.5. I think this is a 6.5 blue agaves for me right now. Oh, and in case you're new to the show, blue agaves is my rating system, and then Brandon just says something.
Oh, this is the first time I've been on here.
Well, yeah, that's his thing, though. He just says something because this is his first time ever on the show. He doesn't know how the rating system works. But, so real quick, before we get into our classic talking shit segment, I do want to talk a little bit about Brazilian Independence Day, because, like, Independence Day is, like, the number one celebrated holiday in the world because every country has their own independence from something else. Just pretty interesting. Let's see here. So, the background. All right. So you ready for a little bit of the background on Brazilian Independence Day?
Yes, and I'm going to assume they're independent from Portugal.
Yeah, there's like a thing. It's like a whole name.
Oh.
So in 1808, French troops commanded by Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte invaded... What?
Napoleon Bonaparte?
Bonaparte. Invaded Portugal as a retaliation for the Iberian... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know there was an Iberia, but that's an I, not an L. Anyway, invaded Portugal as the retaliation of the Iberian country's refusal to participate in the trade embargo against the United Kingdom. Fleeing prosecution, the Portuguese monarchs transferred the Portuguese court from Lisbon to Rio de Janeiro, the then capital of colonial Brazil. In 1815, Prince Regent John VI created the United Kingdom of Portugal, Brazil in the Algarves, elevating Brazil to the rank of kingdom and increasing its administrative independence. Brazil, Portugal, and Great Britain were 3 major contributors to the independence of Brazil, all 3 motivated by the circumstances peculiar to each. Brazil's independence was ultimately won through diplomacy after 3 years of war against Portugal.
So...
And there's more to it. Like there's I'm not going to read this entire thing because there's a lot of history there. A political revolution erupted in Portugal in 1820, forcing the royal family to return. John's 6th heir, Pedro, Prince of Brazil, remained in Brazil. In 1821, the Portuguese Assembly demanded Brazil to return to its former condition of colony in the return of their heir prince to Portugal, Pedro. Influenced by the Rio de Janeiro Senate, refused to return on the 9th of January 1822, a date which became known as Dia do Fico. Let me give that one more try. Dia do Fico, or Dia do Fico, which means I'll stay day. Pretty interesting. Sorry we missed that one, Brazil.
Sorry for butchering your language.
Yeah. And then on September 2nd, 1822, a new decree with Lisbon's demands arrived in Rio de Janeiro while Prince Pedro was in Sao Paulo. Princess Maria Leopoldina, acting Princess Regent, met with the Council of Ministers and decided to send her husband a letter advising him to proclaim Brazil's independence. The letter reached Prince Pedro on September 7th, 1822. That same day, in a famous scene on the shore of the Ipiranga River, he declared the country's independence, ending 322 years of colonial dominance of Portugal over Brazil.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry that was a bit wordy, but pretty interesting.
A lot going on there.
Yeah. You know, countries' histories can never really be summarized by a quick 30-second read.
Well, America said, fuck you, eat this tea, and...
Brazil said, fuck you, drink this cachaca.
Something like that.
But yeah, no, I'm sorry I didn't bring any Brazilian cheese bread to the podcast today. I know we're all big fans of that. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of Brazilian history to get us started today.
Why didn't you bring any Brazil nuts?
You know, there is a certain nutrient in Brazil nuts that's hard to get anywhere else, and apparently just eating one a week is enough to give you that nutrient.
What is that?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
It's like
You're the
something
tree
that's on the
guy.
pier. Yeah, I'm not a nut guy.
This is some beg to differ.
All right.
For such a cool bottle, it has such a horrible taste.
It is a really cool bottle, and I don't dislike the thing. See, Brandon, the thing is like I learned about it because it celium.
Like mycelium?
Yeah, maybe it's selenium. Yeah, selenium is a trace element that is vital for the proper functioning of your body. It's essential for your thyroid and influences your immune system and cell growth. But apparently you only have to eat like one of these things a week.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Contrary
Maybe that's
to popular
for your like regular eating, but it says Brazil nuts are a highly effective way to maintain or increase your selenium intake. In fact, one study of 59 people found that eating 2 Brazil nuts a day was as effective as taking a selenium supplement at raising selenium levels. So I think you can just take one every few days just to be like the base thing. But if you need to raise it, throw a few of those in there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Brazil nuts don't taste great.
Really?
I don't like them.
Much like this liquor.
You know, Brandon just hates Brazilians, I guess.
No, that's the French.
Brandon hates for the French, but Brandon hates Brazilian tastes. He hates their nuts. He hates their cachaca.
Never had their cheese bread.
Never had their cheese bread.
I'll tell you what.
I didn't eat the cheese bread either, but it was just, there was a day where we were near Brazilian cheese bread.
The French blonde of our comeback episode was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then last week's wasn't great. And then this one, not the best.
What is happening?
I know. We never should have taken a break. We should have stayed in positive spirits and just rated every drink a fucking 9.
Positive spirits. I like that.
I'm going to write that down. Positive spirits. But yeah, anyway, Brandon, so that's the drink, and that's a little bit of the background to it. It was a bit of a return to form where I just give a bunch of barely researched history. I just like read something off the internet, but I feel like I learned something.
It is what it is.
And it's kind of cool to just be like, oh, September 7th, Brazilian Independence Day, for those of you that don't know. Did you know that Portugal ruled over Brazil for 322 years? Have you ever had a shot of cachaca? But you know what's funny is, speaking of this podcast giving us a wide array of drinks, some guy I work with, he says he's into cocktails too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that person.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll have a gin and tonic. I bet you will. You know what I mean? Get out of here.
Okay, on that topic, I have a person that I work with that says they're into cocktails, and they order, what is it? Is it a
vodka soda? I don't know.
No. It's a what's in the Negroni? Not the
Campari
Spritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we could try that sometime. That's not bad. Oh shit! I still have a little bit of
or something like that. You know, something along those lines where you're like, you know what Campari is? Okay.
Yeah.
You know a little something.
I just had the last little sip of my just cachaca, and after having the drink with lime and sugar, the drink is way better.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. So he's like, oh yeah, I like a gin and tonic. And look, if you just know the basic cocktails, that's fine. But that's what we're here for. We're here to tell you about what to and what not to drink. But anytime he's like, oh, what kind of drinks do you like? I was like, I don't know, man. Like a Ward 8, Between the Sheets or whatever. And he's like, oh, how do you make those? I'm like, I'd have to look it up, because like these are not like easy to throw together drinks half the time. A Negroni is great, but I'm listing these drinks that most people have never heard of.
Soulard Sunrise.
Soulard Sunrise is good, but I don't know how to make that.
We haven't had that on here yet.
Oh, and Brandon, you have a drink that have we done that Firing Squad one here yet?
No.
Yeah, Brandon has a cocktail that we've had on our own time, which I'd love to throw on the show.
Did you get one?
You've made me one.
Okay, I was gonna say our good friend Tinez and I have had them.
But you didn't make it.
Oh,
you didn't come up with it, did you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No.
So, I don't know. I had ChatGPT make us a couple of cocktails that I'd love to try. But that could be like a whole video. Anyway.
Listen, they're not all winners.
They're not all winners. And this could be good.
But I have some winners.
Yeah.
If we need to break this up, this losing streak.
Yeah, and I don't know what our next one's going to be, but I mean, I wasn't even sold that this one was going to be amazing, because the cachaca is such an unknown to me.
Right.
But I'm glad that we've tasted it now. And there are like lists of different Kachaka cocktails, and I think this drink here is to show off the Kachaka.
Yeah, just
So-
like some of those, like the gin and tonic.
Yeah.
and-
This is a very basic drink
To
that's to show
showcase,
off the
yeah.
spirit. So, and not that I want to lose what's in the Kachaka, not that I want to like abandon its flavor profile, but I am. There are like websites where it's like 10 top Kachaka top cocktails. I would like to see what else this can go in, and maybe if that helps make it a little more palatable.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
we
see.
could do the same thing we did with the Baiju, where we, try it in something else to see how it
Well, and-
formulates.
Yeah, well, the Ming River, the website,
Yeah.
or for the website for the alcohol or for the spirit, they have a bunch of cocktails that you can try with it, and it's
Right.
meant to be this Americanizing the drink a little
Oh,
bit,
okay,
and it's
okay.
not to try to like erase
Like
Chinese
Baiju
culture.
old-fashioned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that paper crane that we had,
Yeah.
that's a spin on the paper plane,
Plane, right.
which I would love for us to do.
We got to.
But it's just kind of cool. It's like bridging the gap. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I wonder if there is a way to kind of bridge that great gap with this, to bring this not necessarily more into the mainstream, but just make it more palatable to people that didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
It's just like anything. Like, like the first time you have kimchi, you might be like, what the hell is that?
Right.
But then people that grew up with it, it's fine. And I like kimchi now, but at first I hated it.
Sure.
Same thing with kombucha.
Yep.
So, and same thing with Baiju. Like the first sip I had, I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah, we were like, what are we getting ourselves into?
But now we're like,
More, please.
I want more Baiju. And I was actually going to do a Baiju drink today because there's like, it's like there's like some anniversary of like China shutting down the Boxer Rebellion is today.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't know enough about it to even
Right.
tackle that. I don't want to get like, not canceled, but then like, wow, Thomas, how insensitive for you to have the wrong take on the Boxer Rebellion.
Because that's what they're coming here for.
Yeah, and I don't even know what it is. Which I'll read about it after this, I promise. But is it be real time? Oh, okay.
No, she's just...
All right, good, because we need some pictures for this stuff. I don't know. Anyway, that's a lot about Brazil. I've never been, but
Yeah, I
they like
haven't either.
soccer.
Yeah, they do.
I would love to go. I've been trying to talk my dad into funding an excursion to South America, but my dad's like, I got other things to do.
I would like to see that big Jesus they got.
Christ the Redeemer.
Correct.
How, like, who... That would actually be really interesting. That we should talk about that someday.
Well, our next cocktail we do for this, we can talk
Yeah.
about that.
But anyway, I don't know. That's Brazil, man. I mean, there's other Brazilian things that we could get into, but we're probably gonna. I'm certainly not gonna be drinking this alone at home. So we'll have time to get into this again in the future.
I couldn't help but notice your drink.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so second drink.
Second
Welcome.
drink.
This is where we have our second drink, and this is normally when the shit talking really starts.
Yeah,
By
you know how it
talking
goes.
shit, it's just nonsense. Not the actual shit talking gets cut.
A little different color here.
A little
Greener.
limer, a little more limey.
You limey bastard.
I'm liking it better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that better blend of the lime and the sugar, I feel. So why don't you walk me through what you did differently?
So I built it in a shaker glass.
Yeah.
So I put both of ours in there, muddled more lime wedges than last time.
Well, and some recipes online have called for more lime than this one. So maybe that's the key here, because out there I'm sure they have better limes than what I'm buying at the grocery store in Midwestern Missouri out of season.
Well, I wasn't sure of who was going to have more.
Yeah.
So I cut our limes into, in half and then into 6 pieces.
Yeah.
And I put 4.
Mm-hmm.
I put 4 into each of our glass. So 2 less lime wedges than probably needed.
Okay.
And then this, I just put the rest of the lime wedges.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so
Same amount of sugar and same amount of the cachaca. And then I just stirred the piss out of it. And
Okay.
that.
And we're not doing the pinch of salt in this one.
Before adding ice, add the ice, stirred it more to cool it off, and then strained it, added a couple cubes.
Okay. And so we're not doing the pinch of salt in this one.
But nah.
Okay, just to make sure.
I think this is fine how it is.
So, like I said,
we could.
Yeah, no, it and I'm sure it would be very good. But when I was looking up recipes for this, a lot of people at comments were saying like, I might recommend adding more lime actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I agree with that.
And then different bottles might have different tastes that go well with the different cocktails.
Right.
I mean, this one says suggested cocktails, the Caipirinha, but we might find a different one that would be good. But
well, it's like tequila.
yeah. But I am interested in eventually trying one of the barrel-aged ones and maybe making this with brown sugar.
Yep,
And
I agree.
having a more of a golden Caipirinha.
Yeah, because this says it's rested in stainless steel.
Yeah. But anyway,
Just
I
why
do
it's
think this
clear.
is good. And the recipe that we had originally was just for one. You know what I mean? So they're making it in the glass. And I'm sure most places make it in a glass or whatever. But for like what our purposes today, making it in that shaker, I think was a good way to just get like as much out of all of it.
More room to stir it, you know.
Because here I don't have as much stuff. I don't like just have like sugar sitting on the bottom. And that's
Right.
something that happened with our first one.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, this is a lot better.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick
Go
with like this here is how like the ending of the first one was kind of
Right.
like the ending of the first glass, that last sip where it had like the sugar and lime and a little more incorporated.
Yeah.
That's like this from the start. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
With a little more lime, and I think that's good. So, are we still at 2 ice cubes for you, or are we moving on?
Oh, I'm going to go 3 ice cubes.
3 ice cubes. You heard it
Yeah.
here first, everybody. But anyway, Brandon, what's been going on? What have you been up to?
Danielle got in a car accident.
Oh my, what? Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, Daniel, are you okay? Danielle, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Really on the edge of my seat for that.
So
You should, when she popped around the corner to say that, she looked this big, like, yeah, like a big smile, like, oh, who, me?
So she was
No,
just
hold on. For the lawyers, she's clenching her neck. She's like, oh my God, ow.
I'm
gonna sue you for everything
We'll
you
get
got.
there. We'll get there. So she was driving to work, do like she normally does. You know her, just do.
That's how she drives.
And this big box truck merges onto her road, gets into the lane next to her, signals, and then just starts going over. And she's like honking, trying to get their attention.
These people are crazy.
They're doing nothing. This is in the middle of an intersection, and they're still going over at her. So she moves out of the way and just hits a curb.
Oh, better than hitting somebody.
Yeah, or getting hit.
Yeah.
And then hitting a
rough.
curb.
Yeah.
So she just put a big gash in her tire, popped her tire, and limped over to a parking lot, and I came and changed her tire for her.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah.
These people. And here's the thing, guys. If you're driving a big truck, I mean, it's fucking, you have blind spots in a regular car.
Yeah.
You need to be checking all your mirrors and then maybe like double checking they're not in a blind spot. Like, especially if you're in a big thing.
Yep.
These people are just insane. Especially if you hear someone honking, even if you don't think they're honking at you, maybe be like,
Maybe don't blast music in your box truck where
Yeah.
you can't see or hear anything.
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Absolutely terrifying. I'm glad you're okay, Danielle. And Brandon, I'm glad that you were there afterwards.
Well,
I doubt you were there.
yeah,
And,
well, a nice
You're
thing-
like, actually, I was in the box truck. That's how I got there so quickly.
Well, a nice thing about this whole thing is finding out that she needed new tires anyway. So we're going to get her four new tires.
Oh my
and
gosh, I
she'll
know
be nice and
someone-
safe for winter and all that.
I know someone that just bought new tires, and that shit's so expensive.
It's not cheap, especially if you're me.
Why? Because you buy like the nicest ones, or
Well, I buy nice tires, but also because, well, the tires that I used to buy, I would go through them once a year.
That's quick.
Yeah, I don't know if there would have even been a case for like the warranty claim on those because it's on a sports muscle car.
Well, maybe that's why. He's like, well, I don't know how I was burning out through these tires. All I was doing was donuts.
Well, I never did need donuts other than in the snow, which doesn't mess with your tires. And then the only other thing would be peeling out occasionally. But those new tires I got before I sold that car, by the way, immaculate tires, so grippy, and breaking necks because of how grippy they are. So it's definitely research your tires before you get them, and don't just take somebody's word for these are nice tires or whatever. Yeah. And don't believe that your factory tires are nice, because both of our cars have factory tires and they're shit. They're shit tires.
Go to the Brandon Churchill YouTube channel for his I'd Have a Tire video.
I mean, I can do one for sure.
That would be good, actually.
Run through how to search for tires and like what to look for.
That'd be pretty good. That might genuinely get views just because people don't know what to do.
I mean,
let alone people just being fans of the channel.
It may divulge into me just like talking about my favorite tire brand though, because they're usually the best tires.
And then when you get that YouTube ad money and you start selling your own merch, you'll have branded tires.
No.
Oh.
I just want a tire sponsor.
That'd be cool.
They could just sponsor tires, and then I could go out and do donuts and burn tires off.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's crazy, Danielle. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, she's good. We're gonna go get her new tires and get her car checked out for her and make sure it's all good to go.
That's good. Danielle's had a wild ride with cars. When I first met her, like last year, a tree had fallen on her car.
Yep.
And it took her like what felt like a year to get it off. It was maybe like a week or something, but it took forever for the city to get the tree off the car.
True. Yeah, it was dumb. We'd drive past it every day and be like, oh, yep, the tree's still on the car.
There it is. At least you know no one's going to take it.
Yeah. Well, and then my first car accident was a panel van not seeing me and just changing lanes into me. Lifted two of my tires off the ground. You know?
Damn, that's scary. I've never had that happen.
And I was like 16. How jarring that is.
And just people, oh my God. And then like people turning left and they don't get into the lane they're supposed to be in. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes they'll be in the
middle lane.
The narrower turn lane, but then they try to make a wide turn, but that's someone else's. That's like my turn lane. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Or they'll be in the outer one, and then they make like a narrow turn and get into like my other turn. It's just people
follow
are
the
insane.
lines on the road.
Or
they're there for a reason.
Another thing, someone almost hit me doing this, but I was in my left turn lane, and then someone else was turning left. But a lot of times when people are turning left, instead of like going into their lane, they like get into the left turn lane, like the middle lane almost, and it's like now you're in like the oncoming traffic lane. Whatever. I don't really know how to describe it without like. People, you've experienced what I'm trying to describe. I just don't know how to describe it.
Are you talking about when people pull out onto the road, but they can't make it because of one side of the traffic is going too far?
No. So it's like, I don't even know if I could drive. So like if I'm sitting in my left turn lane, right, and then someone's like turning left, but they're like going to be in the lane that's supposed to be right next to me, but instead of just getting into that lane, they like are in my lane that's for me turning left before they drift over. I really don't know how to describe it, but
you're sitting at the light waiting to go. They're turning from your right.
Yeah,
and they're turning next to you going the oncoming traffic lane. And
but then
they cut your corner essentially. Yeah.
And sometimes people just and if people aren't like sitting there, they'll just be in that lane for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And that's why like if you notice a lot of left turn lanes are pulled back farther is to give that angle.
This drink is so good now.
It's a lot better. It's for sure a lot better.
Yeah, but anyway, I've seen that the left turn lanes are pulled back a little bit. These people are just insane. I can't stand it.
Oh, I know. Don't cut corners in anything you do.
That's very true. It's very good advice. I appreciate that. I needed to hear that, actually.
We are self-help.
We are. And I've tried to take it off, but it's not still there on Spotify. But
do you want to get jacked?
Yeah, man, my arm still hurts, though.
Let's get jacked together.
We will. We're getting there. I've been eating healthy. Oh, dude, this is another thing. Speaking of, like, getting jacked. I've been eating healthier, right? I've been eating healthier, but I haven't been eating, like, less. So I feel fresh. I feel good. I'm full of energy.
Sure.
But I'm not in that calorie deficit, which one step at a time. Because I don't want to do...
Can I give you a tip?
Yeah.
Eat more meat.
I'm trying, man.
No, I just mean, like... If you're getting like a second helping or something, eat the meat only.
Yeah, well...
It's more satiating.
Yeah, well, and also just everything I've been making. Like, normally in the past, what I would make with like 1 pound of beef.
Yeah.
2 pounds minimum.
Hell yeah.
Or 2 pounds even turkey, because that's so lean.
Hell yeah.
I'm really trying to increase the meat, because it's hard to get enough protein. I have these protein shakes, but...
No, I mean, I've like measured it out, and even drinking 2 protein shakes a day, I'm still not getting the protein I need.
I know. I'm trying to get like 200 grams. Impossible.
Yeah, you got to get like... Dude, you know how they do it, though? It's like steaks.
Yeah,
just
well,
eat
I'm going
like
to
a
have
shit ton of
tonight.
Steaks. Yeah, but it gets expensive.
I
You're
know.
having steak every night and every day, and you're eating like 2 of them?
Uh-huh.
Or you're getting them from these like steroided jacked cows that they order their steaks from. They're not cheap.
No, yeah, no. It's
health ain't cheap.
It's very difficult. But, one step at a time. And I've been working out. I haven't been going as much as I should, but,
Well,
all things in time.
I'll put you on a trial run with me, and we'll see
I
how
know.
it goes. Maybe we'll start working out together every
We
day.
should. We were gonna go today, but then it got away. Brandon's over here like, oh, I want to go at 8 a.m. I'm like, bro, it's Saturday. Chill out.
Hey man, I slept in an hour.
No, I know. I'm trying to get to this like waking up at 4 a.m. thing, going to the gym at 5 before work. Because when I get done, I work a physical job, man.
I know.
But when I get home and I'm like, all right, time to go to the gym, I'm like,
We don't
I
have
don't
that.
wanna-
We don't have that youthful energy
Yeah.
that we used to.
Well, and
I used to work a physical job as a young buck,
Yeah.
and then I would go down in the basement at my parents' house.
and then I'm trying not to like drink caffeine after noon, and so
Yeah.
I'm taking like a stimulant-free pre-workout, which isn't giving me the energy.
right, and then you're like sleepy as shit.
Yeah, and then like right now, because I'm not like lifting as heavy as I can because like my arm hurts. I'm not like currently trying to get big. I'm like, all right, well, let me just lose some weight. Let me get rid of this gut, right? And so it's like, all right, well, let's throw the weights around, but let's also hit like some cardio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so when I get off work, I'm like, I don't want to have to do like the Stairmaster and lift all these weights, like, cause
Yeah.
for me, if I'm just lifting weights, I can do an hour and feel pretty good about it. But if I'm doing cardio and weights, I'm like, I want that hour of weights. So then I'm like 20 minutes of cardio and then an hour of lifting weights. I don't have the energy for that in the afternoon.
Well, if you want
So
to,
if I go before work,
I understand.
I'll feel great.
If you want to do, like double up on your amount of output, but like save the time, like you're still running the hour, do like 40 minutes of weights, but like cut down on your rest time, superset a bunch of stuff. You know,
Well-
then you're getting in more reps, and then you're also, you're burning more calories, you're cutting up.
I've also thought too, if I go in the mornings, I wouldn't mind doing like shorter 2 workouts a day.
Okay.
Do maybe like, I don't know if it's like some cardio in the morning. Because, dude, I could hit weights any time of day. Like,
Okay.
I'm never going to turn down throwing the weights around. So if I like just did some like cardio in the morning, a little bit of weightlifting, and then just hit the weights real good after work, that's fine.
Yeah, so if that's what you want to do, what I would suggest is, and then take this with a grain of salt, because not everybody works the same, right?
Yeah.
Go in the morning, hit your morning cardio fasted, so no
Yeah,
food
that's
in
what I
you.
do.
Yeah,
I feel
hit
like
it
shit
fasted.
if I like eat something before.
Oh, yeah, I need like a 2-hour window to digest and get that energy out. But go in, do the 20 minutes fasted, and then, whatever you do for your normal food intake and your work and all that, do that. Go in after work, hit the weights. You do a quick 40 minutes with the supersets and pushing through it, and then you'll be jacked in no time.
Tell you what, man, I'm waiting to be skinny from how freaking hot it's been lately. I'm just hoping to
No kidding.
let this weight melt off.
Yeah, because you work outside, right?
Yeah, it's
How's that
fucking
been when
hot.
it's been 100 degrees?
It's fucking terrible. What do you think, dude?
How you like that humidity out here, dog?
It's not good. It's like the same level as miserable as like doing like the 115 heat. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, yesterday was 101, but felt like 115.
yeah, no, and that's exactly the problem. And when people are like, oh, in Arizona, at least it's a dry heat. I'm like, it's too hot anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But, dude, I'm just like standing out there dripping and pouring with sweat. It sucks.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm out there. I'm sweating a lot, but then, I drink like 3 gallons of water a day. So
As you should.
So I'm just, like, whatever I sweat out, I just get back. So I'm not losing, because you're just sweat out the water weight. So I just
Yeah.
replenish all of it so quickly.
Electrolytes, water.
And then I hit the iced tea, dude. I love that iced tea.
Oh my god, the iced tea.
Oh.
You do just regular iced tea though, right? You don't do the sweetened
No,
bullshit.
no.
Okay.
Well, what's so funny is back in Arizona, the AJ's days, which I think I mentioned this last week on the podcast, but I'm going back to Arizona late October, early November for a
we
little
talked
vacation.
about that because we're gonna do Sober October.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back on the AJ's iced tea, which is where the iced tea thing started, because my mom would get them for me. I'm like, iced tea sucks. Get it out of here.
Right.
My mom was like, why don't you load it up full of sugar? I'm like, this stuff is the best.
Oh my god.
And so I'd start with that.
Horrible
And I don't know
for
if I think I was doing like the peach or the passion fruit or the hibiscus, whatever it is. Hibiscus is already like naturally sweet. But so I was doing that, and then I was like, and then I quit drinking soda around this time.
Yep.
I mean, I'll drink soda now, but not like I fucking threw them back.
Oh yeah.
I used to throw them back like I throw down booze now.
Yeah, dude. Me as a kid, throwing back like Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, I was a
Get
Coca-Cola
outta
guy.
here. You would.
And so Right. So anyway, so I quit drinking soda, and especially Coca-Cola with all that sugar. I didn't really like the taste of sugary stuff anymore.
Right.
And well, speaking of sugary, this even tastes less sugary with the balance of the lime. This drink that you just
diluted
did.
it.
The more lime helps a lot. But anyway, and then I was like, all right, well, I'll switch from this sugar to, well, and I was using that sugar in the raw stuff, so it got real syrupy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I quit using that and I switched to stevia.
Yep.
And then I was using less stevia, and then eventually I just went to the unsweetened life. And now I appreciate a tea for just like how it tastes now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like coffee black.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm not a
Appreciate it for
coffee
what it
guy.
is. Me either. Don't plan on being.
No. I don't know, though. But, I think coffee's one of those things. You don't like it, and then one day you do.
No.
You don't, I don't know.
I think I'll always be a Monster guy.
It'll be like Novo Fogo. You don't like it until you do. Which is not bad.
Once you take a little quarter shot of it again, then.
I'll take a little sip. I'm not going to do a quarter. We'll see how much comes out. I'll give it a little sip.
All right. I'll match you there.
The thing is, though, is with this drink,
Okay, don't give me that much.
that's too much.
I just want a quarter. You're going to spill all over the place. Oh, my God.
Okay. Hold on. This actually takes a lot of concentration.
Stand by while we pour. Oh, my Jesus.
That's fine.
Here. Use this.
Besides the fact that I just dripped some on the table,
Sorry, I'm going to try to
this
refinish this table.
cloth around the neck of the bottle is legitimately a game changer.
Oh, it's a game changer. I don't know why there's not more bottles out there that do that.
And I don't even know if they're doing that on purpose or if it's just to look cool.
Well,
but
both.
the cloth around the neck of the bottle just to catch the spilling is badass.
Dude, I might just hit up my honestly.
You know what would be kind of cool?
I might just hit up like my local grandma to make a couple like custom ones.
Yeah.
For like when you buy a bottle, you just throw it over the top of it.
Well, the only problem is you wouldn't know because not all bottlenecks are the same length.
Right, but that's why you get like your generic one that's about the right length.
Or if you have like a favorite bottle, like I love Tito's,
or it
so I'm
doesn't
gonna get one that fits.
Or you
Tito's.
get one that's like a little shorter,
and that just fits on most
it
things.
fits on most of them, and then that way, like it'll drip down a little bit, but it'll catch it eventually.
It's great. It looks like it's made out of that like
burlap
canvas.
Canvas.
Yeah, it's like the Converse shoes material.
Yeah. Canvas. You're right.
Badass. Genuinely. And then I think like it's a cool way to maybe just add an accent to your bottle.
Yeah. It's functional and fashionable.
Form and function.
Form, fit, function.
I really like it. All right, let's try this stuff again. It's like it's weird. It's one of the things I don't know if I. I don't know, man. After drinking the drink, it's not good.
I'm getting a little floral out of that.
Yeah, well, because the first time we tried it, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But then after having it in the drink, I'm like, this drink ain't bad. But then going back to just the shot, I don't like it.
Oh, man.
But I mean, I don't like it's on its own. Again, I don't want to trash this thing just because it's not my taste. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. But that made me squinty for like 60 whole seconds.
Yeah, I get you. But I have a little more to talk about food. Because you said eat more meat.
You should.
And there's a thing I've been getting into lately. The Chinese hot pot.
Oh, my God. Never had it. I really want to.
It's really good. Well,
you got a spot here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shabu Day.
Okay.
Which depends on whether or not I win their little competition for naming their little mascot guy. I want to name him Stew, because like stew, soup, but also it's just funny for like an Asian food place to be like, oh yeah, this is Stew.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean? Hopefully I win because then I get a $100 gift card. But I've been going there.
Yeah.
With a theoretical hinge hottie. Is that what they're called?
I thought this is your girlfriend. I thought you were
Well,
official.
yeah. But the title's funny. Or the hypothetical
hinge thotty.
No, theoretical hinge hottie.
No, theoretical Tinder thotty.
No. It was
Hypothetical
because it was
hinge
reversed.
hottie.
It was hypothetical Tinder thought,
Okay.
and then it was theoretical hinge hottie. Which is not my girlfriend, yes.
Whatever it is.
But I think it's funnier to say that. Oh, my girlfriend. But I've been going there.
What are you, lame?
Yeah. Girlfriend, what are you, gay? Oh, yeah, do you need a Bud Light for you and your girlfriend?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Bud Light would, not today, but like Bud Light would have been great like 2 days ago when I was blistering hot. But anyway, so we can go to this place, Shabu Day, genuinely really good. And so Chinese hot pot, you get like these things of broths, you know, and you know I'm a broth guy, I love a broth.
Love a good broth.
And so you what am I trying to say here? Right, so you get the two different, so they're called like yin and yang pots. It's like a pot, but then it has like a divider in the middle. So you get like two different broths. They bring you out a bunch of meat, you know, and I get the shrimps.
Like a stone pot, or is that?
No, it's like metal.
Is that the Mexican one I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, you like pick what meats you want, and they're like those really thin, shaved, and like rolled up ones.
I have something for this.
All right, hold on. But yeah, and then I get like the shrimp, and they give you like ramen noodles and a bunch of vegetables. Really cool. And you just throw it in and let it boil and cook in those sauce.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
But by the way, I think there's a Mexican version of this that they put.
And
like
I'm sure it would be amazing.
Like a queso mix.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
But anyway, but this is a relatively basic one, which is fine. Like if you're hitting the basics right, I don't need the fancy stuff.
Yeah, why would
and
you?
I don't know if there's any other hot pot stuff in St. Louis. I'm assuming there is, but like other places you can go and they like get really fancy with it. But this place, it's all you can eat. It's like $25 a person. And I've gone with my lady and we go through like 4 or 5 plates of meat, and it's a lot.
Nice.
And then we get a couple of shrimp, and then we'll go through all the vegetables and the noodles, and sometimes I'll be like, hey, give me more noodles. And it's just the dry ramen noodles.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, we eat and because it's just meat, it is filling, but like you're not filling up on a bunch of fucking broccoli. In the vegetables, it's like bok choy, and so it's like leafy stuff, so it gets cooked down, and it's like nothing.
Dude, let's go hit the gym. And then go there right after and just like max out on meat.
You know what, too? It's so fucking hot because it's boiling right in front of your face. It's like a sauna.
Nice.
No, I know. I'm like, I was like sweating so bad, and I look over at her, and I'm like, oh my god, like, are you sweating? And she's like sweating, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And we look over, and everyone is like,
so you got to get that like ice water, or in your case, iced tea.
Iced tea,
and then just.
But the thing is, at the time, their AC wasn't working, and so they had fans in the room, but their system is just like it's like a cigar lounge where it's just pulling shit out. So it was just pulling the steam out, but it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So it just became this like sauna.
We'll go in the fall when it's cooler out.
No, and hopefully they've gotten it fixed by now because that was like 2 months ago that we went and that happened. But it's so good.
You know what else I want? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I'm gonna. I have another friend that wants to go.
Okay.
And so I've lined up multiple times to go. And it's great. Oh, sorry to cut you off one more time. But it's a really good like group environment thing. And I want to do a hot pot at home because I'm big into making my broths. I love to make my broths and do it for hot pot. But it's really cool for like doing with a group. It's like that kind of environment because like the broth is right in the middle and you're reaching over grabbing shit.
You know what else is like that? Korean barbecue.
Oh, I love Korean barbecue. I've never gone. I love the concept.
Yeah. There's a spot here in St. Louis apparently. We gotta go.
There's one in Scottsdale that's really expensive, so I never went, but I would love to go.
I think this one is similar to your hot pot where it's like $25 all you can eat.
That's nice.
So I think we should look into that.
Because we're big boys. We can throw down some food. Oh,
especially
speaking of
meat.
food. Dude, for lunch today.
$25 in meat alone. Go ahead.
Lunch today, I went to this barbecue place. Second time I've ever been there. I went last year when I first moved to St. Louis. It's called Stellar Hog. It's like in between here and South County. I don't know. It's just a little bit south of here.
Sure.
Really, really good.
Okay.
And it's just like this normal barbecue place, but then they just have like random like space themed things. Like no, it's like a completely normal place.
Yeah.
But then like the ceiling has like stars on it.
Okay.
And like the little hot sauce thing is like a pig in a spacesuit. That's it. And they're like best barbecue in the galaxy, and it's really good. But it's just funny that it's just this like non-committal space vibe.
It's kind of space themed.
Because like the inside, it's just like there's a bar, the walls are like green, and you're just like, okay, and they're playing sports, but then they're like, space pig.
Like the most subtle space theme in the world.
Yeah. Well, and their sauces is called, what is it? Sweet Stella, and then it's Spicy Lou. So Stella is the girl and she's like the regular sweet barbecue sauce, and then Spicy Lou is the spicy one. But it's just 2 pigs in an astronaut suit. I'm like, This place is great.
I was thinking Stella, like stellar.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the vibe. But
like
then
lunar
St. Louis. I don't know, but it's just LOU, and that's what's funny. Is like, oh, Stella means like star, and then Lou.
All right.
But you know what you get when you mix Stella and Lou? Stu, my proposed name for the mascot on Shabu Day. I came to that revelation this morning.
All right.
But I'll let you know if I win. I don't know if it's next week or when they finalize it. But anyway, I don't know. That's my food journey for this week.
Yeah. Eat more meat.
Eat more meat. Eat more all-you-can-eat hot pot. It's really good.
Okay.
Because, like, I mean, when I go there with one person, we put down a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's just me, really. And, like, you know, it's really, really good. And then they got a couple of sauces. We got to go.
All right.
Maybe when Danielle feels better, we can go.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or we'll go without her. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Why does she need to go?
Yeah, see you later, Danielle.
Okay. So, breaking news.
Okay.
I have contacted our Brazilian friend.
Okay.
And I asked him, how do you feel about this drink, which is...
This cocktail?
Yeah, how do you say it?
Okay. And he is from Caparimba? Caipirinha? Hold on, it's written down right here. Caipirinha.
And he is from Brazil.
Caipirinha. And he's from Brazil.
Yeah, he's from Brazil. So he says, not a big fan. The traditional one is made with cachaca, which I'm not a fan. So he is in the same boat I am.
He's just like, it would be good if you just changed the main thing.
Yeah, so from Brazil, understands what it is, but so I don't know.
So it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like cut with his been here or having traveled the world or whatever, but still he's not a big fan of it, and he's from Brazil, so it's not. I mean, but that's like saying there are Americans who aren't big into apple pie.
Yeah,
you know, like
well, and we've talked about this. You know, like we're not really into beer as much anymore. You know what I mean? So we're not loving. I mean, not that beer is American.
For yourself.
Well, weren't we like just talking about how like we don't? It's not as. Or are you getting back into it now?
I love me a good light beer, but
we were just talking about it. Maybe I've lost my mind.
It makes me fat.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't like beer anymore. But I was gonna say, like, you know, not that beer is American, but like you know, Bud Light or Bud Diesel. I don't really like it as much anymore.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon's okay.
Love me a good draft Blue Moon with the orange peel.
With the orange wheel spinning in a 32-ounce draft Blue Moon when you're watching football at a sports bar. That is pretty good.
Ooh, dude. Say less,
in
cowboy.
Arizona, that was me at Zips every week. Oh, speaking of football, I am going to see a Steelers game this year. I don't know if I talked about that. But yeah, December 3rd, I will be in Pittsburgh. So DM the Instagram. We can meet up. There is a really cool...
close to Danielle's birthday.
You want to go to Pittsburgh, Danielle? That'd be badass.
For your birthday, though? Yeah, it will be very cold.
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot of like food and culture. There's a great cigar bar.
I know you've talked about it several times.
It's called Burn. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, burn one for me, homie.
Oh, yeah. I'll burn plenty. But I don't know, Brandon. Anything else?
I think that's all for this week,
That's all for this week. Just kind of check. Today, we're just checking it. We can learn a little bit about Brazil. And we're just kind of checking in this week, I feel like.
Getting the deets.
Yeah, just kind of figuring out what's going on because I don't know. I have a couple of things that I think might be interesting in some upcoming episodes, but yeah. But I mean, you won't be here for that naturally. You're just a special guest. You don't know what's going on.
That's right.
Not to tease too much, but hoping Danielle feels better soon because she had something she wanted to talk about. I don't know. Just the next couple episodes I think are going to be good. We're going to have some fun stuff. Hopefully some good drinks. Brandon says he has some that will break the trend of us not loving the drinks.
Oh, I will tear that trend up, dude.
He's going to tear it up. You heard it here first. But I don't know. I feel like I had something else I wanted to say, but I'll just have to write it down and keep it for next time. But I don't know why. What's up?
I have a new segment idea if you're into it.
Yeah.
So I have...
It's like, we just list the things we hate about Thomas. I'm like, oh no.
I have these playing cards.
Uh-huh.
And they're called gentleman playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a saying on each one of like a gentleman thing to do. Are you in on that?
What do you mean a gentleman thing? Like, what's an example?
Okay, I'll burn one, but it's A gentleman walks on the street side while walking down the sidewalk with a lady.
Okay. And so what's the segment out of that? We just dissect it, or
We can talk about it if you want.
or is it just like, oh, that's what I'm doing this week?
No, it's just like, here's a gentlemanly thing to do.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Should I go get the deck?
Yeah. We can do that.
All right.
Self-help.
Hell yeah. God damn it. Forever self-help.
Yeah, so before we get actually rolling on this deck of cards, Brandon just said it. It comes in this like nice little box.
Nice little case.
Dude, you know what?
Gentleman
I
deck.
love like the aesthetic of playing cards, and it would be really cool to maybe have one, like if we ever made one, but like a cocktail theme. I'm sure that already exists somewhere, but to like do them ourselves, yeah, that's badass.
Just a nice little bow tie on a black playing card.
Yeah, I love some of the art that goes into them. Really, really cool stuff.
So here's the ace of spades.
Okay. Ooh, I love starting with an ace, starting it off right.
It's a rather long one, so bear with me. Suit care. Hang your suit upright within a semi-zipped garment bag to let the suit breathe, and use a cedar hanger to help prevent moth damage. Use a fabric steamer or simply hang your suit in the bathroom and run a hot shower to steam and remove unwanted wrinkles. Dry clean your suit only when absolutely necessary to maintain color, consistency, and always try to dry clean your jacket and pants together.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that's what cedar hangers were for. I just thought they were like the higher quality thing.
Yeah, that's generally why you'll see that contractors will make a cedar closet, and that's where you keep your nice clothes because it'll prevent moths.
Let me actually write that down. A cedar closet.
Or they make cedar chests, or I guess according to this, you could just get a cedar hanger. It should ward off moths. It should ward
Naturally,
off
once this podcast becomes world famous and I have more money than I know what to do with, and I build my dream house, cedar closet.
Cedar closet.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'd love to dissect that as it comes, or as those come. But anyway, Brandon, I think that is going to be it for us today. Like I said, we're just checking in today.
For sure.
We're just seeing what's going on. We're seeing how everyone's doing. I know it's been a few weeks, but it's good to be back.
Good to be back.
I feel good about recording. But anyway, Brandon, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Brandon_Churchill_95, on YouTube at Brandon Churchill, on Twitter Brandon Churchill without the U in Churchill. I think that. Oh, and find me in the streets.
Of course. Come on, Brandon. As for me, you can find me on Instagram at Capt Cool Kid. That is CAPT Cool Kid, as well as Bad Boy of Botany. I don't really post to either of them, so maybe don't follow me. You know, I was just thinking, I was like, I could start an Instagram for this. And I was like, I already don't post on the two I have. So,
Right.
And then, because that's the only place to find me, I don't really post on Twitter. I don't even remember my name for Twitter. But for the podcast, find us on Instagram at Jen and Thomas Podcast, and as well as YouTube and Twitter at Jen and Thomas Pod. But our Instagram, follow that one. DM us with drink ideas. Feel free to ask us questions. I normally do like a story post of like asking for questions, but I forgot to do that for today. And I feel really bad. Shout out to Marcus Moore, the guy behind the Read More, Say Less indie publishing company. He's authored a couple of books, I'm going to be honest, that I have not read. But he sent us a drink on Instagram.
Oh.
Like 3 months ago.
Oh.
But so it was like right before we took our break.
Oh, no.
And the way it like divides it up, it's like there's like the regular chats, and then there's like there's like primary and general, and then like requests. But his fell into the general, but I don't know why, because we follow each other on our Instagram, so it should have been. I don't know.
It's a setting thing.
Yeah, so I saw it. We're gonna try it eventually.
Okay.
But coming up, actually, because I don't really have a big of these. Not like next week, but it's going to be up soon. But yeah, so thank you. We have a drink suggestion. I just feel bad that I was like, oh my dude, I'm so sorry. Like, because I know him, and I was like, I don't want you to think I'm like ignoring you, dude.
We will get to it.
Yeah. So and you ever watch Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp?
No.
Well, it's something that Shannon
I know
Sharp
what
drank on
it
that.
is, but no, I don't
But
watch that.
I don't like the show's good enough, right?
Yeah.
But I just love Shannon Sharp. Like, as everything he does in that show is like a meme.
Okay.
And so it's something he had on the show. I'm like,
Oh.
dude, I love it. I love whenever he does, because he's always doing something crazy.
Sure.
But yeah, so
Okay.
we're going to try it. I don't know the name of it, but
Sounds good.
it's all on my phone. But anyway, yeah, so that's where you can find us. That's where you can find the show. You can find Danielle stranded on the side of the road.
In the streets.
In the streets. But yeah, so I think that is it for us today. You know how we close it out here. Please drink responsibly, everybody. We're sharing a drink with friends, and that's it. We're not, getting crazy. We're just enjoying a nice cocktail here and having some good conversation. So don't drink and drive. Don't drink and con a boat. And, we every once in a while we say don't drink and scoot. You know what I mean? But if me and Brandon get these scooters, that's going to be a mainstay of the show.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
In our lowered, stretched scooters. But anyway, everybody, be safe, be kind, and good night.